That's a alien ship, dude.
Y'all see that, right? I'm not.
Within very close proximity, a UFO sighting next to a naval station in Norfolk, Virginia. We're sharing the video with you right now. Matthew Martinez has given us permission to share it with you, and we're going over it. I want to get your thoughts. What the heck is going on close to the proximity of this naval station? Could this be possibly a UFO that's showing itself above the water? And is there a possibility of a base below the Norfolk coast? That's the speculation going around in that neighborhood, because this video is in broad daylight, full spectrum color. We're looking at it. It's a little shaky, but at least we get a clear image of whatever this object is. Is this some kind of bell just hovering over the sky? Something metallic, something heavy. Matthew says that it's over 250 yards out there in the ocean. Brent, we're looking at this. I want to get your thoughts. We're going over tonight some of the most incredible videos.
Yeah, these are great close-ups, Blake. Yeah, actually, this looks a little farther out, in my opinion. This thing's huge, whatever it is. I like the way Matthew pulls back and then zooms back in. It gives a great perspective on what we're looking at here. And this thing's metallic. It's definitely something that we would recognize as a UFO. Is this coming out of the water? I would think that right there off the coast of Virginia, there's been multiple sightings of USOs, and I expect that this is the case in what we're looking at here. It's huge, Blake.
Yeah, the correlation between the naval base that's just close by within a mile or two, and then you have this obscure metallic object that resembles the bell that was created early on in the early 1900s from a reverse engineered technology. It reveals itself off the coast of Virginia, and we're looking at it. Could this be reverse engineered technology that the military is messing around with now that the Space Force has gone public, and other things that's going around? People do speculate there are bases underneath the water, and why not be off the coast of Virginia, Brent?
Yeah, this is clear evidence of proof, in my opinion, that the military's up to something, and they're showing it in broad daylight. Like you said, Matthew did a great job, and he could hear everybody on the ground. They were excited in what they saw. They said this was a spaceship.
Could this be a mirage, Brent? Some people might speculate that this could be some kind of buoy just hovering over there, floating off the coast, but I don't see this. It's absolutely above the coast of the ocean itself. This thing's suspended. I don't think there's any kind of illusion when you look at it. Everything's consistent, and I don't think there's any kind of trickery going on with CGI.
Yeah, definitely not a buoy. In my opinion, this is some of the best proof of a USO above water over the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean on the Virginia coast. And there's been a lot of sightings, like I've said, and this just adds proof to what we're looking at. I know there's other things that are happening in our world right now, and could this be a case in people being kind of like hidden from what's really going on? Some exercises out in the ocean.
Yeah, definitely. They want to test the equipment, especially off the coast and underneath the water would be a good place to test it. But with images like this that we're looking at right now, and being in broad daylight, it seems like they're getting a little bit bolder now that the Pentagon has officially released these videos. That's been out for almost 3 years. I don't know what the holdup was, but we're looking at this video right now, and it definitely indicates to me that things are happening in a more relevance of getting out the technology behind the reverse engineered technology that was recovered a long time ago.
Yeah, it seems like this is it, and we're looking at photos that kind of resemble what's happening now. These photos came out years ago, but it just kind of reminds me of this sighting from Virginia and what naval military discover and what they look at. And this really resembles what we're looking at there. These old fantastic photos that kind of weren't really debunked yet. These things are still up in the air. Are they real or not? But I do like looking at the showcase of these photos comparatively to what happened off the coast recently.
And what's going on in relevance to the Tic Tac videos that have been making the rounds recently again. But going back to the old footage, it is apparently leaked footage from a Navy photographer that captured this massive event of huge, unidentified flying object that crashes into the ocean. Is this some kind of blimp? It's hard to tell, but again, comparing it to what's going on over Virginia off the coast, it could be almost the same kind of technology being involved. This metallic massive object. It seems like when we're looking at it with these old photographs that this thing was under attack, in my opinion.
Yeah, if these are Photoshop, it's a hell of a job, I gotta say. And what I'm looking at, they seem legitimate. I gravitate to these photos. I really like them a lot, and I'm glad we actually spoke to the person that had the first interview. Going back to the Tic Tac, this could be what's going to be being delivered to us in the near future. I think the declassified video from the Pentagon is kind of a soft disclosure on what's going on, and they're kind of skirting around and leaking it to us in small doses. But we got it down from the people that actually shoot UFOs, and Matthew killed it.
Yeah, what's incredible is that, again, the public captures the incredible videos, but when it comes down to the Navy, with these leaked photographs and this black and white flare footage that's been around for a long time, that they're only releasing it in 30-second increments. But we at Third Phase Moon have released thousands of minutes of UFO time captured around the world. It's incredible that this one was captured in broad daylight, and these photographs from decades ago were captured in broad daylight. I wish the Navy would just come forward and the U.S. government and share everything they got, or at least not the edited version that what we've been seeing over the past few years in regards to the Navy pilots' capture of the Tic Tac and the gimbal itself. But
like we said in the last video, we just want to see the whole damn thing. The Pentagon, we need to get out there. Everybody's listening to Third Phase Moon has a voice, and all it takes is a little start, a little movement, and we'll be able to get the Pentagon to release all the files, everything that we need to see to prove that we're not alone. And the people out there submitting these kind of UFOs kind of really admit to we're not alone.
Yeah, the proof is out there. People on the ground are very curious, and sometimes just in the nick of time things appear before them, and then they have their camera on them, and then they upload those videos to YouTube, and they reach out to Third Phase Moon to get the word out. And that's what we're doing. And if you're listening right now, and if you got something that you've captured that's unexplained, well, we'd like to see it right here at Third Phase Moon, and possibly even get an interview with you about your experience. So make sure you contact us. My email is in the description. Brent, go ahead.
Yeah, anybody needs to contact us. That's right, Blake. The link is in the description below. Did he see that Dr. Greer was on Fox talking today about the recent disclosure from the Pentagon and the videos? It was kind of a little wild that he was up there. Was there any information that was delivered that we didn't already hear?
Well, it seemed that Laura Ingraham was kind of like asking her own questions and not letting Dr. Greer speak too much. And Dr. Greer seemed like he had some things to say. It's interesting that they're interviewing him now on the mainstream when we just had our interview exclusively with Dr. Greer just recently. We're going to be sharing the link below so you can take a look at that. It's in regards to his new documentary, Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, and we get to ask the questions, and Dr. Greer explains. And with the Fox interview, you don't get much. It seems like they kind of suppressed what he wanted to say, and he's getting cut off by Laura Ingraham. But it's a good thing that the major media is starting to talk about these things, but it's a little bit too late, in my opinion. The cat's out of the bag. We already know we're not alone, but the world needs to know, because there's only 760,000 people that have subscribed. We need to get it up to millions. So once millions are aware that we're not alone, then disclosure will happen. Everybody, keep your eyes on the skies. Stay safe. We'll see everybody again next time.